Day 12 out of 40. If you're not following my IGTV, I'll tell you here. I decided to break my fast a little bit early, not in like 24 hours, because I wanted to try the lunch buffet. Because my friends were saying, "Oh, you haven't actually tried it," and then the breakfast buffet as well. That will be tomorrow. But I have to tell you, it really wasn't that enticing because all the good food by the chef was mostly for the meat eaters. So they had the really good food, and all we had was salad, mostly salad. There was a watermelon salad that I thought was actually kind of nice. Um, but apart from that, all I had was a quarter of a potato, roasted potato, and some chickpeas, and yeah, salad. So not very interesting to me. So the reading is on a very light meal. As the time of single fast day meals became earlier and earlier, a very light meal or a collation became common at the end of the day. In the monasteries where the days of fasting were much more numerous, the monks had much earlier distinguished between the days of fast prescribed by the monastic rule and those observed by the church. On the days of monastic, but not church fasts, the monks were allowed to take a drink in very moderate quantities or collation to be taken in the evening. Monastic practice thus provided the model for what became a general custom throughout the church. By the 13th century, taking something to drink apart from the day's meal was generally accepted practice, and by the end of the 14th century, it was common to take a collation of bread, vegetables, or fruit. This collation, however, was never understood to be a sufficient quantity to constitute a normal meal. In the 16th century, a very light breakfast was approved. It was understood that at the collation, not more than 8 ounces of solid food were to be eaten, and at breakfast, no more than 2 ounces. So that's coming to sound a little bit like the Ramadan. Now, let me tell you already right now that I really don't know very much about the puasa practice. I only know from what my friends tell me that they do eat before prayers in the morning, and then they break their fast at night. And some people just skip the morning one because they're probably like still asleep. And that's what my friends would say, like too tired, just too sleepy to do it. But I know of some people who will have big breakfasts before the fast and then end with big dinners, especially during the Ramadan buffet. Yeah. And I do feel, and this I actually mentioned on IGTV, I do feel that it's really bad for the body to do this, to have these heavy meals, because you spent the whole day on a dry fast, you haven't had any water, you haven't had any food, your stomach has pretty much shrunk to I don't know how much of its size, and then you're pushing food into it, and the way it seems, it's like as if you haven't eaten in days or weeks or months, but that's not the case. You barely even made it. It kind of starts to sound like an intermittent fasting, actually, because if you're only breaking fast. If you're only having break fast in the mornings, and then you're going on a fast and you break fast at night, does that really come up to 12 hours? Does it? Or 18 hours? I'm not too sure, but it does start to sound like intermittent fasting. And intermittent fasting is becoming a really big deal in the fitness world. We hear all the time, everyone's getting into intermittent fasting. So what's the difference here? To me, Ramadan or even Lent, these are Christian religious fasts. So that comes in conjunction with prayer and meditation and almsgiving and all that. While intermittent fasting is really more for health and fitness. Yeah, but no matter what it is, whether you are fasting for health and fitness or for religious reasons, the best thing to do is to keep it light, have very light meals. I have absolutely no idea how much is 8 ounces and 2 ounces. but it sounds small. It sounds really, really small. And that's what I'm doing. When I break my fast, definitely, like I said in the previous videos, is I want to share my meals because I'm not going to be able to finish them because I've been on a fast for so long. And plus, it's nice to share a meal with your friends and your family. And yeah, I do really try to keep it light. Currently, since I've been going on that 72 hours, yesterday I broke it with just fruits and water. And today, what still enticed me, although really that was all I had all I got was salads. Just I really felt like the juiciness of the watermelon or the juiciness of the tomato and the salads itself really felt like something I wanted. It really made me feel like this is what my body needed. Because I could listen to my body so much more instead of going straight into the hanger pangs, hanger pangs. So I hope that whoever is listening to this and watching me does try to just keep it as light as possible. In Malaysia, we like to use moderate. We try to be moderate, in moderation, all in moderation. That is like one of our favorite words. But what about just keeping it light to the point where it's like you are not coming to the point of full. You know, you're not even near halfway, but you're actually slowly eating. I see some people here in this college where when they eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, they pile up their plates. It's insane, as if, like I said, as if they haven't been eating, and when they eat, they're just going super fast. This is the way I used to do it. I like just go really, really fast. But I think when you're going into fasting, being mindful is the most important, and just chewing every single bite and really enjoying it for the taste, as opposed to, trying to get yourself full and satisfied, because it comes to a point where you're going, and you're so full, but you want to still keep going, and I think that's a little bit dangerous, I feel. Anyway, so that's my spiel for today. I will see you tomorrow. Who knows what time I'm coming up. And I'll let you know how breakfast is tomorrow. Gosh, I really hope it's better than lunch. Ciao.